I said, you know, consider the priests in China. Look at their garments. They're the same as the Roman Catholics, the same fish head, the same colored garments. Many of the Eastern peoples have prayer beads. But everything is tailored to the culture of the people. You know, so many religions do exactly what the Roman Catholic Church does. They pray to the dead. They venerate the dead. Some pray to even thousands of gods, like the Japanese. So this Babylon is much, much bigger than just the USA. It is true it is a very large cog, but only a cog in a much bigger wheel. As I said, everything is kept in control by the confession because you had to go once a year, so they could keep tabs on what everyone was doing. And everybody had to go to confession, whether you were a king or a priest, it made no difference. This relationship with all nations is not simply a cozy relationship of having the same belief. You had better believe it is a master-slave relationship. Revelation 17:18, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. I recommend our document, Synagogue of Satan, where we show some of the flags of all the people attending the funeral. People who were considered enemies. Why did they go? They went to this funeral because they had to go to the funeral. They didn't have a choice. Therefore, when we read in Revelation 18:3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, we can see that those are the people who went to the funeral. All the leaders of all the nations and all the organizations, like UNESCO, UN, and the whole thing. And to make sure we get the point that all means all, we are told that the great whore, Babylon, sits on many waters. Revelation 17:1, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. But what does that mean? This word waters is defined several verses later, Revelation 17:15. And he said unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And that is why you saw all the nations represented at the funeral of the Pope. That included Britain, with Prince Charles, Clinton, the Bushes, and all the rest of them. Now, do you think that the Pope would go to their funeral? Any one of them, even Prince Charles? The answer is no. But he had to go and pay his respects just like everybody else. The USA has great maritime fleets, army outposts, and embassies worldwide. But it's nothing compared to what the Roman Catholic Church has. And as the verse says, absolutely everywhere. There are certain places you won't find Americans, but you'll find the Roman Catholic Church there in one guise or another. You know, we must realize that when we say the whole world, the verse says, The waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes, nations and tongues. So you can think that somebody like, for example, the Hindus are not included. You'd be wrong. They got Jesuit priests who are Hindus. True. So there is no nation, no tongue on the planet that doesn't come under the authority of Babylon, the Vatican. That's what it says. All, not some, all. You know, it's also an interesting fact that the Treaty of Rome, where the EEC was founded, which later became the EU, the name tells you, doesn't it? Rome. Rome had something to do with it. It's not an accident that it was done in Rome. So while the world is waiting on a new world order, a world government, it already exists. There's absolutely nothing new about it. It's been around for a very long time. 2 Corinthians 4:4, in whom the God of this world, that's what Satan is. So he's had a world government whether we want to accept it or not. It's been there, and hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. Satan is actually ratcheting up his activity, as he's fully aware that he has just a little time left. He says he's been cast down to the earth. And all this is allowed by the eternal God because of our complete rebellion against him. Well, let us think for a moment. The United States is a debtor nation. It actually uses other people's money to fight its wars. It is acknowledged even in the controlled media that the USA is in financial meltdown, with many people losing their homes right now with foreclosures. Many of its children live in poverty. It is not making the merchants of the earth rich, as the verse said. Rather, it is enriching Babylon via those who claim they're Jews but are not. And see our document, which will soon be posted on a new video called False Jews. No nation is willingly jumping into bed with the United States. To befriend her is to be cursed. Just like it is for the rest of the world to befriend any of the English-speaking world. As I've said, like the United States, Britain, there are nations which destroy. The word all means precisely what it says, all. Anyone can see that they are tools of Babylon. You know, Babylon is a spider's web of complete control. We are all just pawns in a gigantic and mysterious game of which we are just totally oblivious. It is a mystery. If everyone could understand what and who Babylon is, then the Bible would be in error, claiming that it is a mystery, wouldn't it not? That's what it says, Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. This is all in capital letters.